Hi, welcome to Cooking with Pete. Today we are making handmade ravioli filled with a roasted butternut squash and topped with a goat cheese brown butter. This is a hearty meal, it's delicious, fun to make, and easy to learn, so let's go to it. First thing we are going to do is make the pasta dough. We are making raviolis for 4 people, so we have about 1.5 cups of flour and 2 eggs. We are going to crack our eggs into the middle. Take a fork and you start to beat the eggs. Don't worry if it makes a little mess. Just whip the eggs a little bit with the fork. Okay. At this point, you can start to use your hands. So all of the egg has been incorporated into the flour, and it's starting to get nice and smooth, and it's almost ready to knead. We take the dough and stretch it out, and using the palm of your hand you press it down, and then you fold the dough in half and then use the palm of your hand and press it down. It's been about 8 minutes and our dough is ready. To check to make sure that the dough is all done, just give it a little poke and see how it bounces back. It needs to rest for about a half hour. In the meantime, we are going to start roasting our butternut squash. First thing you do is cut off the top and the bottom. Take a peeler and give it a quick peel. We're going to save all of our vegetable trim for our compost, which I recommend starting if you can. Cut it right down the middle. I'm going to take a spoon and scoop out all the seeds. Next thing we are going to do is chop the squash into about 1-inch pieces. We are gonna glaze the squash with a little balsamic vinegar. Maybe add in a few teaspoons and a few teaspoons of honey. Give it a few twists of some fresh ground pepper and a little sea salt. Give this mixture a toss. Put it on a sheet pan. We're gonna now let this roast for 30 minutes in the oven that has been preheated to 375 degrees. So it's been about 30 minutes. Let's take a look at our squash. Okay, these are all done. So here we have all of our ingredients that we need to make this meal. We have our pasta dough that has now rested for about a half hour. We have our roasted butternut squash, which we glaze with a little balsamic vinegar and honey. We have about a cup of ricotta cheese, 2 tablespoons of shredded Parmigiano Reggiano, about 6 cloves of garlic, about 1/3 of an onion, 2 tablespoons of butter, about 6 ounces of herb goat cheese, some chopped parsley and sage, and some toasted pine nuts to top it all off. So let's make our filling. First thing we're going to do is take our squash, put it into a Cuisinart, add in our ricotta cheese, add in the Parmigiano Reggiano. We're going to add just about a clove of the chopped garlic, some fresh ground pepper, and about a teaspoon of sea salt. Give this a little pulse. Okay, let's give this a taste. Perfect. Now what we gotta do is make our ravioli. We're gonna take our dough and cut it into about 4 portions. Next we have to roll out our pasta dough. I have a pasta machine here that does this all very easy. You gotta do it in installments. First you start with the largest size and slowly roll the pasta dough through, fold it in half, and heat it again. Take a little bit more flour. Adjust the machine to the next setting and roll it again. And we're going to do this till we get down to maybe the 3rd to last set. Dough is now all rolled out, so we are going to make some free-form raviolis. We have our filling. I'm going to take about a tablespoon of the filling, spread it out. Next we're going to take a little bit of water and trace around each bit of the filling so that when we add the next piece of dough it'll stick. Take the next pasta dough, make sure you press out all the air. Take a knife and cut out each ravioli. Grab a fork and go around the edges once more. Our raviolis are all made. Now we just need to boil some water and make our goat cheese brown butter sauce. Okay, so we're in the final stages. Our raviolis are prepped and ready to go. Our water is boiling. First thing we are going to do is melt the butter. So we have about 2 tablespoons of butter in a heated pan. It's now time to start sauteing our onions. We're going to let these cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. So we are now going to add in our diced garlic. Give this a quick stir. We're now going to add our ravioli into the water and let it cook for about 5 minutes. We're now going to add in our fresh herbs into the sauce, reserving a little bit just for garnish on our plates. Now I'm going to add in my goat cheese. Give this a quick stir. And turn the heat to low. The final step to our sauce is we're going to take a little bit of our pasta water and add it in. This will add a little seasoning and also help to thicken the sauce. So our raviolis are done. It's time to get them out of the pan. It's best to use a slotted spoon. Just gonna put them on a sheet pan until we are ready to start plating, which is in just a few minutes. So let's get ready to plate. You're gonna take about 4 of these raviolis and put them on a plate. We're then going to take a spoonful of our goat cheese brown butter sauce. Add in a little sprinkle of some shredded Parmesan Reggiano cheese. Top it with our toasted pine nuts. And finish it off with a little bit of our fresh shredded herbs. And voila! A roasted butternut squash ravioli with the goat cheese brown butter sauce. I hope you've enjoyed cooking with Pete. I look forward to cooking our next meal together. Bon appetit!
Thank you.